You might want to write the title down. Got that? Okay. So in semester 1, week 1, you did the equation of the line y equals mx plus c, which you remember. So you might be wondering, well, why are we doing the equation of the line again if we already did it? But there's a bit of a difference here. In semester 1, you did the equation of a line in 2 dimensions. So for example, if you have y equals x plus 1, y equals x plus 1. If x is 2, what's y? It would be 3. And if x is 4, y is 5. But what's different now is, instead of getting the line, what we're working with is all the vectors that point on the line. So if I draw the difference here, in semester 1 you had y equals mx plus c, and this gives you, basically it gives you the y if you know the x. But what's different now is we want an equation, a formula, that gives us all the vectors that point on the line. So we want to be given the vector, whereas here we want to be, I should rather than say given, I want to say want to be given. That's stupid. Require. Given x, find y. Whereas here, given something, I won't say what at the moment, and then we want to find or, where or is the letter I give to the vectors that point to the line. Yes?
Almost. Not about the weather. Really, I don't wear the microphone. It's about the noise.
But you're in the city centre, European city centre.
Yeah, but if we close the door,
I don't know
window should be quiet.
But it'll also be hot.
Can open the door.
It's not the same. If it gets too noisy, I'll close it, or I'll speak louder. Okay, so now let's have a look. Equation of the line. Can I scroll down? Yeah. Okay, so
No, we didn't write it.
you don't need this because it's just explaining the idea. Now we'll start the theory. How many points do you need to make a line? 2. So in blue, we have to imagine that we're given these 2 points A and B. And here is the vector A, and here is the vector B, and of course this point here is O. And we would like to find all the vectors that point on this line. So just to make it easy, I'll just draw one vector for the moment. We'll call this or. Okay, so far are we okay? So I'm looking for or, which means I'm looking for O or, which means I'm looking for, watch carefully, OA plus A or, which means I'm looking for A plus A or. Now if I'm looking for or, I don't want to use or in my formula. So does anyone have an idea on how I could replace this?
A plus A. What is A?
This is A or.
What's its relationship with AB?
I'm not telling you. But it is a relationship to AB. So A or will be some fraction of AB. In this picture, it looks like how much roughly? 3/4 maybe?
Yeah.
3/4 AB. So A or is some fraction or multiple, I'll call T, of AB. And this is the result. That these vectors are, for different values of t, you can make different vectors. And a couple of them you can see. For example, if I make t is 0, what vector would or make? A, yeah. And you could probably guess what would happen if I make t equals 1. Have a guess at what it probably would be.
A plus AB.
Yes, which is?
AO.
Let's have a look. A plus AB.
B.
Yeah, what's AB though? The formula is B minus A.
Oh.
So it'll be B. And have another guess. If t equals 0, what would that give me? Sorry, not 0, a half.
A plus half AB.
A plus a half AB, which can be simplified into a half A plus a half B. Anyways, what it will give me is the middle point. So for example, if you put t as a half, you would get the point which is in the middle of A and B. What happens if you put t is bigger than 1? Where would that be on the line? Past the B, yeah, so it'd be like up here. And if t bigger than 1, more than 1, and less than 0? Left of A. So in other words, your t runs from minus infinity all the way to infinity, pointing on the line as it does. When t gets to 0, it's pointing here. When t gets to 1, it's pointing here. When t gets to a half, it's pointing here. So this is like the y equals mx plus c, except for vectors. This line here. Okay, this is proof is important, the picture is important, everything here is important. Write it down clearly, please. Musharif, have you done anything like this before? In your maths? No? I'll just write here, rather than mid, I'll give it its full name, midpoint. You have this, yeah? There's one other formula to have a look at, although this is definitely the most common one for the exam.
This one?
Oh yes. I would say it's like 75% of the time. The other one is 25%.
How much the last one?
Last one?
x1 plus x, y1 plus x1 plus x2 plus. So the angle.
Oh, that's also very common. That's in most exams. Yeah. Okay. Next one. The other situation we have is, let's imagine we have 2 points again, A and B, and we have a point here, C, and let's put O here. And this time I want to look at the line which is parallel to the line, the vector AB which we're given. So basically this time I want to point to a line parallel to AB instead of AB. So we're given A, we're given B, we're given C. I want the line that goes through C is parallel to AB. Did you get that? Yeah? So let's see, and there's C there. So we'll do the same trick. There's OR. So what does OR equal? That equals OR. Maybe I'll move it so it's like up a little bit higher. Like here's OR here. That's equal to OC plus COR. Can you see that? Yeah? Which is equal to C plus COR. But again, we need some kind of trick to get rid of the OR here. What can we say about the COR? Any ideas? Any ideas? Now TC, have a look at COR. Any vector we can match that up with? Nope. A fraction of AB, because they're parallel. So it'd be something like TAB. So, in fact, it almost looks the same, except instead of the A, it's a C.
So they have the same equation.
Yeah, nearly exactly the same. But this time, what's the interpretation if t equals 0? What do you get? You get C, yeah. It doesn't really mean anything to have t as 1, but if t is negative and if t is positive, or is past, if it's negative, it's before C, and then if it's positive, it will be after C. So in other words, all the vectors here, the t is negative, and all the ones here, the t is positive, and here the t is 0. So once again, the t runs from minus infinity to infinity. Okay. These are the formulas, but more important are the examples, which we'll start doing now. So if you can write this one down. Does anyone use Yahoo Mail?
No.
I just discovered they had lots of their accounts hacked in December, and I just discovered last night that my account was hacked and deleted. So I don't continue not using Yahoo Mail is my advice. What do you use? Gmail?
Mainly Outlook.
Outlook.
Gmail.
Gmail? Yeah. Seems like Yahoo Mail's garbage. Okay, can we do some examples now? Okay.
It seems like you don't use it often. You just discover it.
Well, it's weird. I don't use it. My website uses it because I have a contact form on my website. So when someone fills out my contact form, it's Yahoo Mail that delivers the information to my regular mail. So I just realized this week people who said they contacted me, I never got their email. So when I logged into Yahoo to try and log in, it said the account was deleted. And then there was a security notice saying that accounts were hacked in December or something. So I guess mine was one of them. So it's a good thing it's not like my main email. I just use it to send contact forms, you know. It's not good. Got it now? Okay. Let's do some examples. I'll do them, but I'd like you to write them down. So I think, oh yeah, so I should say, I like the vector question in the exam. No, see, hang on, let me finish. I know some students don't like vectors, and I understand why they don't like vectors. And at first, I didn't really like vectors, just like I didn't like Kirchhoff. But time has taught me it's actually a good question in the exam. You like Kirchhoff now. I know you do.
No.
You do. And I know you like Kirchhoff too. So, vectors, you have to believe me, if you practice them and get used to them, you'll like them too. Believe me. Do you like Kirchhoff?
Yeah, it's good.
Ah, you said it no, so you can stop. You can stop it. Yeah, that's enough.
But I not like the equation if you want to solve them. After you, until you have the equation is good, but after that, how to solve them and get the error.
Calculator. It's
But in the exam you can do that.
wow, it's a bit weird. It depends who's writing the marking scheme. Sometimes in the exam, they give you marks for getting the equation right, marks for getting the answer right, and then marks for the process. But sometimes it's like 2, 2, 2. So you get 2 marks for the equation, 2 marks for the process, and 2 marks for the answer. So if you skip the process and just write the equation and the answer, you will save a lot of time, but you'll still get 4 out of 6. So, so what you could do also is you could try to solve it, but if you were running out of time, just put the answer down. At least you get a couple of extra marks. Okay. I'll do the A part. So can you just write down? Let me zoom in a bit. 1A. Although I have a feeling you probably know how to do it already. Oh, before you write down 1A, or well, not before you write it down, but I do need to say something about it. Do you remember earlier we were talking about the midpoint here, when T is a half? Just so you can see an obvious result, if T is a half, then you have a half A plus a half AB. Okay, that's A, and then what's a half AB? That's a half B minus A, which is A plus a half B minus a half A. Which is a half A plus a half B, which, no surprise that the midpoint turns out to be A. Or just, I would prefer to say A plus B over 2. But we saw this in semester 1 when we said the middle of 2 points is the average. So anyways, I just wanted to say that it's the same as semester 1. There's no surprise here. Okay, so if we can... Well, actually, you could do the first one now that I just showed it to you, and I'll do the second one. Give me the midpoint of those 2 vectors.
make the actual but question the proofs.
The good news is not every paper has proofs for vectors. Of the 9 years I've been teaching, I've only seen proof on the exam twice. And you'll be pleased to know one of those times it's only because I wrote the exam. You're thinking, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. But I'm not writing the exam this year, so this gives you a good chance there's no proof on it. But I promise you, if I was writing the exam, I'd put a proof on it. And you believe me. Okay, how are we going here? We got a midpoint? What did you get?
1.
1? For I? You need to have an IJK.
Then
You want the midpoint of...
What?
Yeah, you add the two together.
Yeah.
So here's the first vector. What is it? 6, 14, minus 2 or minus 12? Minus 12. Plus minus 6, minus 6, 6. You add them together and divide by 2. So this is 0, 8, minus 6. And you divide by 2.
Minus 4, minus 8. Minus 18.
No, but the last one's plus 6 actually. So that is 0, 4, minus 3 is the midpoint. Yeah.
Again. Isn't it? We divide, we subtract, right?
No, midpoint is you add the 2
Oh, add to.
and then divide by 2. It is like an average of the 2. Yeah, we can go on to the next one.
So I add them together and then
Divide by 2.
each one by itself. Like how do
You have a choice. You can half them at the beginning and add them, or as what I did is add them then half them. It doesn't matter. Okay. Next one. Iyad? Okay. So, Ms. Sharif, why doesn't America like Sudan? What's the reason? Is it complicated or there's a simple reason?
no, like Sudan in when they like 1989 when they do
1989. Okay, yeah.
yeah, when this president do his revolution and he said we would like make a war with America and Russia. You know?
That's a problem.
This is in his first speech, so yeah, he's stupid. Like, how come in your second speech say that I will make a war with
America and Russia.
Yeah.
Just
At least the first speech is for your people, not for the America and Russia, your neighbors or something.
very good point. Very good point. But that's 1989.
Yeah.
It's not the same president, is it?
It's again,
Is it 25 years? Is it?
no on 7.
27 years.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Okay, so they don't like Sudan because they don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Like in South Sudan now, they like South Sudan.
In South Sudan?
Yeah, they like South Sudan.
Oh, America.
Yeah,
But not North Sudan.
but no.
And which part are you from?
No.
Oh.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately.
after that they realized it's a big problem and then they tried, but America said no.
Oh, the Sudanese government realized, wait,
Yeah.
hang on,
Oh.
maybe we want to do some trade with America.
Yeah,
Get a
because
few Starbucks in the country.
because Russia, the Soviet.
Oh, the collapse of the Soviet Union in
Yeah.
Russia, 1989, 1990? When was it? Round about this time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Politics. It's messy business. But I mean, just look at what happened in America. Crazy stuff happens even in Western countries. You know?
I don't think it's like crazy.
No, okay, it's not as crazy, but it's still
It's
pretty crazy.
their country, so they can choose whatever they want. The people from the 7 countries or not. The politician they want. They
You-
want Trump, so they
You
want.
have a very, very enlightened worldview, Musharif. Very positive worldview, it's good. Okay, let's have a look at 2A then. Alright, so here's the first one where we want to find the line. These are the 2 points, and I want to find the line. So if you can write the 2 points down, and I'll do it then. Now, just wait, sorry, I'm not being clear, I'm sorry. It's not the 2 points, it's the first point is on the line, and then the second one is along the line. In other words, I'm making it a little bit easier for you. I'm telling you that this one is A, and I'm telling you that this one is AB. In other words, I'm giving you some of the answer.
But the R is the A plus AB. So you want me to just.
A plus TAB.
You're supposed to work out T.
No, just write the equation down. That's all I want you to do. Does that make sense?
I just write T and then.
Yeah. What's the first point? -9, -2, -8, is it?
Yeah.
And then the second one, the AB, I've given it to you. Is it? No, 1 minus 1, 3. So the OR is A plus T AB. Now you don't have to, but if you wanted to, you could simplify this a little bit, but you don't have to. You could simplify this into -9 plus T, -2 minus T, -8 plus 3T. And the T goes from minus infinity to infinity. So for example, if the T is 0, what point do I get? I get A. Yeah. And actually, you think about it, oh, this is kind of a sneaky way to work out what the B was, because do you remember, what do I make T equal to get the B?
1.
Yeah, so as a sneaky little thing, let's see what the B was. If T is 1, what do we get? -8, -3, -5. Let's test if that was true. What's AB? B minus A. So B minus A. -8 minus -9? 1. So it's kind of this isn't part of the question, but I'm just trying to show you everything linking up here. So it's kind of a useful little thing to remember that when T is 0, it makes the A, and when T is 1, it makes the B. It's just a useful thing. Okay, can we do the next one? So the next one now is, this time I give you the 2 points A and B. Now I want you to try and give me the line. I give you A, I give you B, I want the line.
You want R.
Yeah, the line.
The funny thing is like in the press, like they say signs like down USA. Okay?
Down USA.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And now that before Obama wanted to go, he said like we will go send our products to Sudan, you know. And
Who said that?
Obama.
Oh, yeah.
And Trump, I think it's after 6 months he will sign the war type. Okay, we can send our products to Sudan.
Oh, so at the moment, Americans can't travel to Sudan?
What?
If you're American,
Yeah,
can
you can.
You can?
Before.
Even before, okay, yeah.
And now they said like we didn't say that.
Ah. Politicians.
Yeah.
That's someone's phone. Got that finished yet? Nearly, yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't simplify it though.
No, you don't need to. You have an A plus TAB, yeah? Okay, let's have a look. Can you just give me the 2 points here?
A is 6, 7 minus 6.
6, 7 minus 6, and the B?
2, 2, 2.
So that means AB is B minus A. 2 minus 6 is minus 4. 2 minus 7 is minus 5. 2 minus 6 is 8. So the OR is 6, 7 minus 6 plus T AB. So if you wanted to simplify that, that would be 6 minus 4T, 7 minus 5T, minus 6 plus 8T. And again, when the T is 0, it'll point to A. When the T is 1, it will point to B. And when T is a half, it'll point to the middle. Yep. This is a section A question. It's typical.
To find the A and B and
Find the line. Yeah. Right, now it's getting a bit more interesting. In number 4, I give you 2 lines. In the first line, I use the letter T, but I can't use the same letter in the second line, so I use the letter S. And I want to know, where do these 2 lines meet? So, we have, let me try and draw what's happening here. You have one line, I'll do it in red, and different T's point to different parts of the line, and then you have another line here in green, and different S values point to different parts of the line. But there's some value of T, and there's some value for S that makes both vectors point to the same point. So you can find a T and you can find an S that will make them both point to the same point. And I want to know, what is the T, what is the S, therefore what is this point? So, any ideas on how we might be able to do that?
when DNAs are equal.
When what?
DNAs are equal.
Good try, but no, maybe not. For example, here, if this is the A and this is the B, then here the T will be positive because it's past the B. Yeah? And let's say here though, if this is the B and this is the A, then here the S would be like a half because it's in the middle. So the T and the S, maybe they're not the same. Good try though. You have the right idea, but something else, not quite this. deep inside you. Think about in semester one how you found how two lines where they meet.
Yeah. It was about the M. So
Was it?
this equation to equal this equation.
Yeah. Yes. Hey.
Right.
No. I think we'll
Wow.
keep going.
What a big
Yeah. It's not a particularly stressful class, so no break is needed, right?
Okay. Do you
And
want to talk
he-
anything?
No, grand. And he has his mocha, so
Everybody's happy.
Told him to take a break.
you really want to take a break?
Yeah.
What do you? Really?
Yeah.
Half your class is in the room, half your class is